Is my stream up? Oh, it's back. Okay, we're back. There is DOM data. I'm sure the data's bad though. IC manipulator. C plus for the 17 lands data. Interesting. That's not bad though. That's pretty good. IC manipulator on 17 lands data lower than Skittering Surveyor, which frankly speaking I'm not that surprised by. Skittering Surveyor was like great in that format. Huh. Funny. IC manipulator lower in win percentage than divination. But divination is also really good in that format, so I'm not like super surprised by that. Dominaria, yeah. Yeah, sorry about the disconnect. My you know, South Korea well known for having terrible internet. You hope divination's never good again? I feel like we just had a good divination set. Isn't Aether Drift a pretty good divination set? Wasn't there a divination that was good in Aether Drift? Was there a strictly better divination? All right, uncommons. So rare. So we want. I think this needs to be decided. I think this needs to be 4 mana. We want uncommons. We want like 3 uncommons that make it food. Total. You're on the list? What list? What list are we talking? Food snob. I'm sorry, that's really, really funny. What if it's just something so simple as create a food and learn? I mean, that's like a really, really powerful creature, isn't it? That's like a really good creature. We said O-ring. Make a food. Could do 1 on death. Probably learn on death. Maybe we're like a 3 mana 2/2 or something. Is this a 3 mana 2/2 cycle? There was another 3 mana 2/2, huh? No, I don't think it's a cycle. No, this one's not a cycle. I do want a certain number of food generators, and I do want a certain number of learners in every color. But I don't think this one is. I don't think these ones are tied to a cycle. Oh yeah? You think this is a little weak? I was wondering how if this was maybe because the abilities are quite good. I wonder if it could be higher. I wonder if it could be a 3/2. Blue-eyed Snappy that cares about food. How would that work? How does it care about food? Because we do have a slot for a god, like a 3/1. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Giving improvise might be a simpler way to do that. Okay, we need the best Snapcaster. We need the best food pun here. Yeah, giving it improvise will work. Snaffle. If Snaffle wasn't a proper noun, that'd be so funny. Snaffle's a proper noun, though, right? That's a company. Snaffle's not like a thing. Snap P Mage. Snapcaster. Snap P Master Mage. Snackcaster. Snack. Snack is a good word. Snack. Snack faster. Well, it's weird because fasting means to not eat. But I also understand I'm trying to go for like speed. Bob. Okay, hold on. That wording make any sense? Goblin Dark Dwellers. You may cast target instant sorcery without paying its mana cost. When this creature enters, you may cast. Probably needs reminder text. For an uncommon, it's a lot of keywords. What if its improvised cost was equal to its mana value? I'm confused. Cards don't. I don't think cards have improvised costs. It's just. Wait. Convoke works. Wait. Does Convoke even work with Flashback? It does, right? Oh wait, crap. Does this even work? Does this even? Can you even improvise a Flashback? Has there ever been a Flashback Convoke card? Really? I guess it hasn't been done before, though. Also, this should probably have Flash. It works? Okay. I mean, like what? I mean, well, you can snap caster. You can just snap caster a card with improvise, right? And that works. I'm pretty sure that works. Why wouldn't it work? The resulting spell needs to have improvise. There's inspiring statuary. Hello, Cluis. It can be used in conjunction with alternative costs. And then I also want to answer if you can give a card in the graveyard improvise. You can give a card in the graveyard harmonize, so why can't we give it improvise? Right? Or is that... No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Maybe it does, I don't know. Yeah, it gives it an alternative casting cost, and improvise is literally not an alternative casting cost. Yeah, so the flashback allows you to play the card from the graveyard, and then once you declare that you're playing a card from the graveyard, then once it's on, like, once it, like, sort of is trying to enter the stack or whatever, maybe once it does enter the stack, then you can improvise it, right? So you do have permission to play the card because of flashback. And then once you play the card, then you start trying to pay its mana. Why wouldn't it have improvise? Why would it suddenly lose improvise when it enters the stack? Is that true? Huh. Yeah, because it has it printed on it. We can fix this really easily, actually. It would make it a lot more powerful. I mean, we're literally just making a... No, we can fix this really easily. It also just makes it a lot more powerful. I don't know how to spell sorceries. Why is it telling me it's spelled wrong? Isn't that how you spell sorceries? What's the card called? Heartfire? Bullfire? Instant sorcery spells, yep. Oh, nice. We got the same idea. Could be like 4 mana. I don't know if it becomes too dead. Too bad. It's really powerful. I mean, it is extremely strong. I don't know at 4 mana if it's extremely strong anymore, but... No idea. Figure it out. It could have a little bit more stats at 4, maybe. It's like you're like barely ever flashing anything back. And so it's like really late. Like a really late game card. Because of the imp, there's also some tension here. A good tension. That you might want to just run this out on 4 just to improvise spells going forward and like lose out on the value of the ETB. Whether or not you greed it. I also updated my actual Twitch schedule. Hello, red blah 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 blah. Hello, Red Vaporeon. Your artifacts can help you cast your spells. I think we're gonna let them go crazy. It is a legendary creature. We'll try this at first, and then we can rein it in later if it turns out to be too good. That's a cool card, though. It was pretty exciting. But, like, there's a lot of knobs to tweak. Yours spells. Okay, where were we at? So we were in the middle of uncommon white food producers, right? We want 3 total. Had this one, which was actually extremely powerful, I think. I think this one's really good. Two more? We had an idea. Someone had an idea for, but then I kind of got sidetracked by the Is It God? Shoot, someone had an idea for food. Like whenever you sacrifice a food, it could just be whenever you gain life. Considering there is literally a life gain theme. Should just be literal Johnny's Pridemate. There could also be in a Johnny's Pridemate type card that fuels itself by like creating food somehow. Take a look at some of the whenever you gain life cards. Just Photoshop food into the Johnny's game. Pridemate art. Like, what are some of the more clunky Johnny's Pridemates that we've had through our history? Like this one kind of, this one fuels itself somewhat. Dang, there's so many of these. Actually, not all of them are real. Let's be honest. Some of them are fake. Because whenever and gain life is pretty common. There's a frying pan? Is there a better search we could do? It could be, yeah. Where's Sweet Summoning? The white gingerbread? Should be colorless. Should there be artifacts? It's kind of weird that these aren't food though, huh? Whatever. What's up, Meta Magic Mage? Nice. I'm lost and I have no idea what I'm doing. But poking around has been pretty fun. Yeah, the Pride Mate should definitely not make food creature tokens. Where did I put it? I just put it somewhere. Where did you go? Ah. Is it weird that it makes artifacts though? Maybe it's too strong that it even makes artifacts. Home slice. This needs to be more. Possibly, I'm not sure. It is a lot to gain life though. But then creating food is like kind of powerful in itself. Especially repeatable. Hmm. Instead of activated ability. I kind of like that better. Yeah, probably for the first time each turn. I don't want to like exclude a Soul Warden effect from our set just because of this card. Yeah, this is probably better. Is that stronger actually? That might be stronger. Maybe we should change. Maybe we should change the we should change the type of. It doesn't have to be gingerbread. Appliance. I don't know. What card is this? Is it called a medic? No. What's the card called that we were just looking at? Attended healer. For the first time each turn. Utensil. That's cute. I like that. That's actually adorable. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And it also makes sense that they're artifacts. Utensil. um Adorable. I don't know about the stats. Fine. All right, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be back. We need one more uncommon that creates a food here. But I'll be RB. All right, back at it. Okay. Do we have like gain life payoff? It's pretty dang good. Creates a food. I was thinking maybe there can be like an exile spell that if it exiles something small, basically if you trade down on mana, it makes a food. Like something as simple as exile target creature. Something like that. Is there an effect like that? There is, right? Literally in Woe. The black card in Woe. Right? Feed the Cauldron? No. Crap. Not quite the same. Black card from OTJ? What card was that? No one draws you a card. I just want the templating. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, this is exactly it. Wait, this is already done. Wait, hold on. This has already been done. At common. Crap. This is like the exact card I was going for. I forgot that this card existed. Would it be Whacked XL non-land permanent? Why can't I spell nowadays? My spelling is just going out the window. I mean, something really simple. A nice, solid catch-all removal that can sometimes get your food token. Cool, and that's it for white. Second sentence can lose. That is. Yes, you're right. Add mana value 3 or less. Create a food token. Cool. Neat. So that's white. That's white food. All right, I'm just calling this card Glaze. Bam. There we go. One word, simple. Glaze. Done. Glaze isn't already a card, is it? The heck is a Halcyon Glaze? What? This is an old card. Whenever you play a creature spell, it becomes a 4/4 illusion flying. It's still an enchantment. Wow. Okay. Was this card good? Seems pretty bad. Where's alchemy? My alchemy is right there in your brain as I steal all your ideas and I just copy and paste your deck list. GG. How many uncommon foods do I have? In blue. Oops, sorry. Seagull, I don't think counts. I don't think Seagull should count. So it's just one. So we need 2 more food producers in blue. Is there 2 mana bounce design? There is. Literally banana split, make a food. Is there another graveyard hate deck in the format besides Omniscience? And does Omni run any cool alchemy cards? If Omni runs any cool alchemy cards, I might just play Omni. Oh, because it's Orzhov. Hmm. Okay, we need two more Dargon enchantment? What is a Dargon enchantment? I'm assuming that means is there a trading post design? I did make the bazaar. Where's the bazaar? It started off with trading post, but it ended up not being trading post. It ended up being quite different. Ended up just being trade stuff for food and then trade food for cards. So not like a full trading post design. Cast non-creature conjure dragon? What? Oh. Why? Is that just part of the combo kill? So it doesn't really improve. It doesn't really improve the deck that much. It's just maybe an easier way to kill people. I don't know. I don't know if it adds another dimension to the deck. If there's something super sweet that helped its consistency or survivability or something, just abandon ship, go play Omni. Dragon Typhoon. I don't think Omni can cast. I don't think Omni has red mana, so it's not. It's never using that ability. Although I don't know what Alchemy Omni looks like. Anyway, we got one. So what don't we have here? There's no like loses abilities thing. So if we're talking about artifacts, something that makes food and cares about artifacts, something for blue white, and then maybe like a spell. Oh wait, that's a huge deal. What do you mean just? Chorus cards might be like just some of the best cards on Arena, in the format. It doesn't make foods, yeah. Maybe it cantrips if it targets your own creature. Kenrith's transformation, trans whatever. but like only draws a card if it targets one of your own things. Could be cheap. Could be 2 mana. Could have flash? That piece is strong. That's actually blue Doomblade, huh? Bloomblade is back. we already have a common Bloomblade. Where are we? Oh, X this. We'll try start it at 2. We'll see if that's too much. That way each player gets a food? Huh. Doesn't it need flash anymore? Maybe it doesn't need flash. That's not bad. Maybe this should cost 3. This is actually like turning a creature into a food is way better than Minimus Containment. Minimus Containment giving a creature... Like, I'm okay turning a creature into a food on turn 3. Minimusing something on turn 3 can be a disaster. Is that when this aura enters? Yeah, when this aura enters. Oh, it's kind of like this, huh? I kind of don't want this hitting on land. I kind of want it to hit enchant creature. Enchant artifact or creature. Cool. Okay, so we need one more food creator in blue. I also like this food poly not having flash as just being like a kind of normal interactive spell. Because that doesn't really clash with doesn't clash with Frostburn weirding. I guess Frostburn weirding needs you to have a food already. Well, that'd be really strong. Yeah, Whirler Rogue. Create a food, tap a food, or tap an artifact. 2 artifacts, maybe? Dang, create 2 food? Whirler Rogue is a messed up card. Whirler Rogue is too pushed, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty nutty, isn't it? What if it makes a food and a treasure? Is that weird? We can do a food animator. Ooh, we can do a food animator that makes a food as well. It's crazy that like it's crazy that when you kill Whirler Rogue, it still leaves behind 2 evasive bodies. That's nuts. Because I think if we did a mirror effect, even if we did create a food, create a treasure, tap 2, make something unblockable, that would be like not even nearly as good as Whirler. Like it could be a 4-1, right? Let's try experiment with the design. It could be like a 4-1. You know? Oh yeah, it could. Hmm. How do I word that? Just something that creates multiple things? I feel like there would be. Not of all the same type. I can't think of one off the top of my head though. Oh. This is about the same, right? Create A and A. So comma and A. I think probably the body is first. What if it's a 3-1 at that point? 4-1's probably still acceptable. Untapped is important. What if it just gains flying? Flying is like probably Better spot for this. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. I mean, it makes it a lot worse. This card is like this card is so much worse than Whir the Rogue. Yeah, but it's still pretty good. It's still a lot of cardboard. Whir the Rogue definitely could have been a rare. It was kind of insane-o card. Kind of an insane-o magic card. Okay, so that's white and blue. Oops, sorry about that. We need to make the full 3. Full 3 black cards with food. I also don't mind. So like what was suggested the other day? Where's sort the mushrooms or whatever? I don't mind just slapping create a food token on this thing. Someone suggested this as a lesson. I think Armoric did. I kind of don't mind just slapping create a food here. Is that too strong? Oops, sorry. That'd be a really, really good card if we slap food on this. Maybe not food lessons. Maybe not food lessons. What about a zombie type creature? It does feel like a lot from 1 mana. What if it's like a zombie type creature that makes a food when it dies, but can keep coming back? Like a Forsaken Miner type effect. Like a 2/1 or a 2/2 or something. Angry food critic. Okay. Wonder if it should be able to block. Cast trigger, huh? cast triggers definitely aren't that common. If you cast it. It could be if you cast it, right? I mean, that's already like very, very good. Slapping this text on a 2/1 for 1 mana. That's already extremely strong. Oops. Recycler sounds like it's supposed to be an artifact, but I don't think we can make this an artifact unless we change. Well, we could just put another whenever you sacrifice another artifact. I guess we could do that. But yeah, it could be something as simple as this. Whenever this creature enters, if you cast it, create a free token. Maybe like something scavenger. Not sure. Food returner. That's 1. So Black's themes. There's like learn lesson theme. In like Blue-Black cares about like more controlling the game. To be honest, I don't know how much you need to support Blue-Black. Blue-Black will kind of do its thing. Life gain theme. In Orzhov. Sacrifice theme. What does totally not Bushmeat Poacher do? I see. Yeah, totally not Bushmeat Poacher. Golgari cares about things dying. Those things hitting the graveyard from the battlefield. So it overlaps with sacrifice, etc. Essentially speaking, it's if you descended, right? Maybe there can be a card that like is similar to its ascended. But I won't use descended because I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of descended. It could be something like that. If a permanent was put. Oh, that fuels itself though. Right? Because if I say if a permanent was put into your graveyard. On the battlefield, create a food token that fuels itself. Is that fine? I wonder if that's fine. It might just have to be an expensive card or something. We'll see. All right, I gotta take a break though. I'll be back and we'll continue on these ones. Actually, 30 minutes. I gotta attend the round table. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So we got the food returner. Cut off click. GG. GG click. There's ooh. Could definitely be a creature that like creates food when a creature dies. Hello, Selen. Another creature dies, whenever another creature dies. Whenever a creature dies. Yeah, I don't mind that. Tokes, cokes. Aloha. Whenever a creature dies. Would it be, is Death Touch first strike like super dangerous? It is, right? Like super, super dangerous. I wonder if that's like way too much. It is really hard to beat in combat. Wonder if that's like way too much. So they have to pay mana, attack a creature, just to give it first strike. Whenever another creature you control dies, create a free token. So it's like a pretty dang steep cost to give a first strike. But the threat of activation is like super real on this. Like super, super real. You hit a massive connection problem. What happened? Create a food. Sack a creature or food. Draw a card. That does seem pretty dang simple. I definitely want a morbid card. Like a morbid type card. I'm not in love with this first strike clause. But I kind of like the idea of like a... I guess we're already making a sack outlet. Let me get that at me. I mean, yeah, actually. I think I like this text. Whenever another creature you control dies, create a free token. I do like that text. That's like, that can be a lot of food. It doesn't necessarily have to sacrifice. I want to see morbid cards. OBS? Ugh. OBS issues. Might have to be for the first time, yeah. Might have to gate it. I can literally say morbid, right? For this. It could be once at the end of turn. Yeah, you're probably gonna have a lot of food. Whew. The beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, create a food token, but we want it to have something else. What if it has a, what if it has a Bognati? Because Bognati sucked. What if we make like a good Bognati? Why was Bognati so bad? Because it's so expensive? I like how we're on the exact same idea. Bognati is just... Probably Bognati was just understated and expensive, right? Naughty nada. Bog Scotty. Yeah, something like this. There's also going to be more food in the set. I think sack X food, give a creature -X/-X is maybe too weak, unless they were free. Yeah, if Bognati made a food on ETB, it'd probably be good. And this one is like close to that. Maybe it should be. Sack X food gives a creature -X/-X. That's huge threat of activation though. I wonder if it should be 1 black. Sacrifice of food. Maybe it's just -2/-2. Wonder if that's like too strong. Something a little cheaper. Woo! Just like demolish the opponent's entire board. It depends on whether or not we want the ability to be like not that used and kind of just like exist there. Because at 2 mana, it's way cheaper than 3 mana. The difference between 2 and 3 here, I think, is massive. Body also doesn't necessarily have to have flying either. I mean, maybe. Who knows? We can tweak knobs later. I actually have no idea what this wants to be. I don't think it can be that cheap. Like, I think it should be 4 mana plus. Does it want to have a keyword like Menace, Death Touch? No keywords at all. Have it be like a 3/3, a 3/4. Sacrifice a food, this card turns into Vampire Nighthawk. Gains lifelink and flying. I'm not. I don't even hate it. Sacrifice a food or a creature or artifact. Gains lifelink flying, death touch. I actually shockingly don't even hate that card. Where's the green rares at? What if there's a green rare that says like, I'm kind of just jumping around at this point. Tokens your opponent control are 0/1 green plants, plant creatures. Give it like trample or something. I mean that kind of text would work, right? So like it another thing that can like disable opponent's foods. Yeah, pretty awkward. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, they would have to lose other types and abilities, huh? Wait, do they? Do you have to say that? I think you can just write this. I think. And they just become plant creatures. I'm not sure. Green Moon. Oh yeah, you're right, don't they? Oh yeah, I think they have to lose ability. Wait, do they? I think yeah. Hmm. Is mountains inherently defined? Okay. Is there a card? I love Food Hoof. Let's do a Food Hoof. Is there a card that is there a card that does this? What is Ashaya's text? Ashaya makes forest though. We'll have to look up this wording. Oh yeah, like Oko. What? How's Oko? Ah, it loses all abilities. Is it lose or? Archon. Which Archon? Blazing Archon? No. This one. No, this doesn't work either. We're talking about a different Archon? What do I have no abilities? I don't know if that can. I don't know if that wording makes any sense. Oh well. Anyway, before we hop into the call for the round table, I should go eat something. So we're doing a roundtable call on Tarkir Dragonstorm in about 15 minutes. But I heated up food. Yes, humility. Thank you. I want the Oracle. I'm sure that's the Oracle text, but I want to double check. It just says short. That's all. Cool. Yeah, I kind of like this. I kind of like this. Anyway, I gotta eat something. So I will be right back. All right, BRB. I'm gonna eat something. I should probably change this to be. I'm wasting a lot of time. I shouldn't do this. I should probably update the title later when I get back. I'm gonna put the starting soon text on. Okay, I'll be right back.